Alright. So we got some Bond news. It has nothing to do with my Bond series. I'm not announcing the start of the Craig period or the Craig phase or whatever I'll end up calling it. Actually, if you have a good title to suggest, let me know. After putting together the Brosnan Age, I need to take a break from these Bond videos for a while, and just want to work on some other projects for now. Plus, the whole YouTube debacle of not being able to post the Bond videos here took some of the air out of my Bond balloon. And now we're heading towards the end of the year, the holidays will hit soon, and for some reason, once Thanksgiving hits, it feels like the rest of the year just runs on fast forward for me. I don't even get a chance to enjoy the season. So, I'm holding off on starting up the next Bond project for now. Sometime next year, I plan on doing it. I actually thought of doing a filming report on The Dark Knight Rises, just for the goof of it. Just to change things up and do a little on-site reporting, maybe make it a nice addition to my superhero series. It's probably the last Bat film Nolan will be directing, and the expectations are pretty high. They were filming in New York recently, and this week they moved closer to me, but I didn't get a chance to get there. Probably for the best anyway. I show up to those things, and it's not like I'll see Batman and Bane fighting in the street, or Christian Bale flipping out on some grip. Most likely I'll only see some trailers parked on the street, and guys with walkie-talkies roaming around. But we have got some new announcements for Bond 23, so I thought I would sit back and go over some of the recent news. Immediately, excitement starts for Bond fans, and you start to ponder what kind of film it's going to be. And it's not like I have any inside information on all this. This is the same stuff everybody's read. But I have my initial reaction to all of it, as I'm sure most Bond fans do. So about this time next year, we'll be lining up to see Skyfall. That's the new title. It's kind of unusual, but I like that. I think Bond films should have these strange, kind of odd-sounding titles. When I first heard this one, I pictured one of those adrenaline action movies from years ago where guys only jump out of planes or surf or mountain climb or something. Oh, don't let the sky fall. It could work. Supposedly, Barbara Broccoli said the title has some emotional resonance, which will be revealed in the film. This announcement of the film, by the way, came 50 years to the day that Sean Connery was revealed as the actor to play 007 in Dr. No. There's some useless trivia for you. Sam Mendes will be directing, supposedly really excited. He said, "I think this has all the elements of a classic Bond movie, including, to quell any rumors, a lot of action." I'm not sure what he means by a classic Bond movie. I really don't think we'll see a lot of gadgets, or Q for that matter. I just don't think the character would fit in with this new Bond. Maybe a random guy will hand Bond a gun or a file or something, and someone subtly refers to him as Quartermaster, sort of like a wink-wink to fans. They just love doing that kind of stuff. But I can't imagine Craig and another actor playing out a light, funny, standard Q scene. So classic, I'm thinking they mean just a standalone 007 adventure. No reboot, no direct sequel. Bond won't be brooding over Vesperlin. Just a classic kind of mission thing for Craig's Bond.
In doing a third one and being given and being lucky enough to get the chance to do a third one, it was my intention to sort of make the best Bond movie that we possibly could, and Bond with a capital B. I'm just incredibly proud, really, just to be part of this gang of people here who've agreed to come and do it, and with their help, we're going to make that happen. So,
we got Javier Bardem as Bond's nemesis. There's been rumors of him being attached to this film for a long time, so it's really not any surprise to see him here. Same with Ralph Fiennes as someone, and Albert Finney and Ben Whishaw as some other people. There are rumors that Fiennes will be Blofeld, so maybe that's what Mendes means by a classic Bond film. The new Bond girls will be English actress Naomi Harris as a field agent named Eve, and French performer Bernice Marlowe as a glamorous, enigmatic character named Severin. I never heard of either of these two chicks, but they both look good. If I had to venture a guess, I would say that one will be the love interest, and the other will be the sacrificial lamb who Bond shags and she eventually gets killed. Maybe that chick. The only details regarding the plot is that Bond's loyalty to M is tested, as her past comes back to haunt her, and MI6 comes under attack. 007 must track down and destroy the threat, no matter how personal the cost. It certainly sounds cool, but I take all this stuff at arm's length. All these press conferences and interviews, of course they're going to make it sound cool. They're trying to sell a product and get people excited. It would be much more enlightening to read these press releases after the film comes out, and see if they were telling the truth. The budget is around $200 million, the same as Quantum of Solace. This was the most surprising thing when I was reading about this. I have to be honest, Quantum does not seem like a $200 million movie to me. Not to get into that film, but where did the money go? $200 million to shoot in the desert? I mean, King Kong cost that much. Quantum of Solace just does not seem like a $200 million film to me. Oh.
If I could do this for a few more years, I'd be more than happy.
Will you be doing this for a few more years?
Ask her.
Yes, yes, definitely.
It's kind of weird when you think that by the time Skyfall comes out, Craig will have been Bond for 6 years. By that time, Connery was bored with the part and wanted to move on after his 5 films he did. Moore had done 4 films at that point, and Brosnan had 1 more year before he did his 4th and last film. We should have gotten Craig's 3rd Bond film by now, if they didn't have that whole mess with MGM. I'm wondering how much that loss of time will whittle away Craig's time as Bond, and he'll get shortchanged in the number of films he'll do, like how Dalton got screwed. So what do you think? Any thoughts? Is this going to be a classic Bond outing? Is anyone else excited for Skyfall?